The fragment event calendar for the Hound is finally here. What is up, guys? This is Cobb, and on the surface of things, this fragment event calendar looks like a pretty simple one. However, there are some pretty significant traps that you're going to want to keep an eye out for. So let's talk about it. As for resources that you need going into this fusion event, it's usually quite a simple one, without it being like a complete fusion or whatever. The basic resources that I've just popped in above my head right now, very, very simple. Just a decent stock supply of gems to refresh. God, my throat's really bad today. I apologize, boys. 1,000 gems-ish for energy refills during dungeon divers, that kind of thing. 20 million silver for getting through gear enhancement events. Just a nice little cushion of resources to go into these fusion and fragment events with. That's kind of a standard. Also down below me right now as well, you can see how many fragments are actually available during this calendar as well. And those bonus fragments will be coming in from the champ training event. Right here, or rather champ training tournament. So by getting first place in the champion training tournament, I believe you'll be able to pick up an extra 5 points, or rather 10 points from that. And from the champion chase tournament, I'm also assuming that getting first place in this is also going to get you an extra 10 fragments. And so let's start right at the beginning. What I want you guys to do on day 1 of this calendar, if you're going for this fusion, and do let me know if you're going for it, by the way, down below, is do absolutely nothing. Day 1 on this calendar, sit on your hands. I swear to God, don't touch any events at all on this fragment event calendar. Why? Well, that is because on the it's Tuesday, innit, as we say in the UK, man, we've got a CVC that starts right here, and it's going to last, I think, at least until the Thursday. Let me just go ahead and punch this in, CVC. And yeah, like doing dragon tournaments and dungeon divers and like champion training right here just doesn't make any sense. Just wait until the CVC starts, and that's when you want to start blasting the crap out of these events and double dipping between these events and CVC. So that's trap number 1. I already guarantee there's some people commenting down below this video right now like, oh my god, I just blasted 10,000 points into champ training. Yeah, there's always some people who do that, man, but hopefully it's a mistake that you only make once, you know, when there's a CVC coming up like this. Just always be aware of that. Hey, man, before we get any further into the calendar, if you're looking to start off a new Raid Shadow Legends account, man, get your hands on a free legendary champion, Basilius Ryanus, as well as a whole bunch of free epic champions. God, my throat is really not up for this today. Go ahead and click on the beginner promo link that is down below this video at the top of the description box, man. Use that link to create a new Raid Shadow Legends account and get your hands on all the free stuff that you see on screen right now, including Thorin Falbeard on day 1 of your new Raid account as well. Just by inputting beginner promo code Demon Slayer. Best beginner promo link going, gosh darn it. Okay, back to the calendar. So yeah, what I'm going to be doing at least on my side of things is doing the champ training event just during the CVC. I'm also going to be doing the dragon tournament as soon as the CVC starts as well. Get all of that knocked on out. And to be honest, the dungeon divers, I'll be doing like half of that during CVC and then the other half towards the end. Why? Because I'm looking for a little bit of overlap between the Dungeon Divers event and the Ice Golem tournament here as well, and just doing like at least half the Ice Golem tournament towards the end of that Dungeon Divers. That's how I'm going to be doing things and approaching things at the start of this. Also worth noting as well that you want to blast the hell out of the gear enhancement event as soon as it launches, right? As soon as the gear enhancement event launches, there's going to be a little smibble of overlap between the end of the CVC and the gear enhancement. So just get the gear enhancement event maxed out, spend your silver, get the artifacts upgraded, get those points in during the CVC to get that double dippage there as well. You just want to be double dipping every single event that's going on in between the CVC and all of these fusion events. Classic Arena Takedown is going to be nice and easy. Frankly, I'm just going to put happy little ticks on these because there's only 2 of them. They're very, very easy. You know, just play the video game and you'll get those done. So I don't really need to cover those too much. That brings us, however, to the Summon Rush event. Now, would be a little bit careful about the shard pulling events in this. Let's actually just talk exclusively about the shard pulling events for just a second. When it comes to pulling your sacred shards for the Summon Rush, first of all, we're probably looking at 6 or 7 sacred shards for getting through the Summon Rush. That's kind of standard. Well, it used to be standard to have 6 sacreds. Plarium have just slowly inched things up to be like, okay, 6.5 sacreds. Okay, now it takes like 7 sacreds and blah, 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 you know? So they've gradually tweaked things, which is depressing. And all I'm saying is that when it comes to the Summon Rush event, be very, very open to the idea of instead pulling, I don't actually have a little graphic for mystery shards. I'm just going to put mist. Be very open to the idea of pulling 500 mystery shards instead of one sacred shard, right? You can kind of substitute in 500 mysteries for one sacred. And so if you're sitting on like 2,000 mystery shards, bloody hell, 2,000 sacred shards, oh my god. Okay, if you're an oil tycoon and you're sitting on 2,000 mystery shards, no. If you're sitting on a lot of mystery shards, you can pull those instead of sacreds, right? You want to be very, very careful with your sacreds going into this fragment event calendar and going into next month. Why? We still haven't had it revealed to us just yet at the time I'm shooting this video what the CVC progressive chance is going to be. There could be some very, very good, I'm just going to put like prog here. There could be some very, very good legendary champions up for grabs for your sacred shards during the CVC. And so that's something you've got to be aware of. You've also got to be very, very careful of any kind of events coming up after this fragment event calendar. Because this fusion for Kro'khad the Throat Ripper has come very, very early. And a lot of people don't have Packmaster Shayak. And so you can be damn sure that something's coming. Like it might be a Prism Shard event. It could be some kind of hero's path. It could be a lot of progressive chance events, like guaranteed events or whatever. We don't know what resources it's going to take. Where Plarium are going to try and offer us Packmaster Shayak. Now, I've already fused Packmaster, but if you're interested in picking up Packmaster as well, I'm just saying be very, very careful with your resources, especially your shards. Including, actually, wait a minute. I was going to say including the likes of your Void Shards, but skip it on ahead towards the Champion Chase tournament. I take that back. Pull as many voids as you want during the champion chase. You're probably not going to be pulling voids to get your hands on Packmaster from any kind of event after the fact. Void shards are very, very likely to be on a 2x during this champion chase tournament right here towards the end of the calendar, right? So this is your second shard pulling event. About 25 or more, 25 to 30 void shards is usually enough to get you the, at least the first 15 fragments from a champion chase tournament. If you're going to try and win this thing, you're going to need significantly more than that. I would not recommend trying to win either of these tournaments. I just wouldn't skip any of the events during this calendar, to be honest, if it was me, and just be safe, because all of the bonus fragments that you can get from Champion Training Tournament and from Champion Chase tournaments, you can't really lean on those. You can't really guarantee those. You can't trust that you're going to get your hands on those. They're just too tough to get. But yeah, there is a big old 2x event, at least scheduled and due for Void Shards during this champion chase. So just be aware of that. If your pulls go very, very badly and you just pull a crap load of rare champions, 25 Voids isn't going to be enough, obviously. And so I almost don't like to call how many Voids you're going to need in this kind of situation. Were it me, to be honest, I'm just going to go in there and just set this to like 30 plus. 30 to 35 Void Shards, just to be safe, okay? I don't want anybody like mess up the fusion because they said, oh, Cobb said I only needed like 25 plus, I went in with 24 and I'm like 1,000 point short, you know? Just to kind of finish off the dungeon overlaps that we have going on as well, I did touch on the Ice Golem tournament. As the Ice Golem tournament comes towards the end, it's got a second dungeon diver starting off right here, so you're going to get a little bit of a break in the middle of the Ice Golem tournament. I'd say just leave it half cooked, leave it half done, and then finish it off during the second dungeon divers event, which starts down here, as we just drew the line on that one. I could draw a better arrow than that. Come on, me. Second Dungeon Divers event starts right down there. Then again, you get another break in the middle of this Dungeon Divers, which is, I really hate it when they do this, man, when there's multiple Dungeon Divers and tournaments where there's like a break in the middle. It's really irritating to sort of keep track of, but there you go. And then towards the end as well, we've got a big old Lobon of overlap in between. Whoops, I went too far with that one. A big old Lobon of overlap in between the final Dungeon Divers and a finite tournament towards the end. On the surface, a very simple calendar. The final booby trap that I want you guys to look out for if you are going for this fusion, I'm going to switch on over to my red pen, is this, man. Gosh darn souls! Exclamation point, underline. Okay? If there are any events going in this fragment event calendar, or even if there's like events going on that are not part of this fragment event calendar and you've got the gems to farm them, right? Get them farmed if they award eternal or immortal soulstones as rewards. For example, in the Champion Chase tournament, one of the personal rewards in this tournament right here, I'm just going to replace this with a red line. One of the rewards in this tournament right here could easily be something like Immortal Soulstones or even like an Eternal Soulstone as the final big reward. Why am I obsessing over souls recently on my main account? Well, we are way overdue a 2x event on Immortal Soulstones, right? Like the last deck of Fate that we had, there was a nothing on Soulstones. You could just pull your Eternals and your Immortals to finish the deck, and it really sucked. Or was that the Hero's Path? I think it might have been a Hero's Path for Balar. Before that, there was another event without a bloody 2x, and then before that, there was a 2x, but it was only on Mortal Soulstones. Like, we are way overdue an Immortal Soulstone 2x event, and I'm just thinking now, that after this fragment event calendar is done, we could be looking at something like a Deck of Fate or a Hero's Path for a guaranteed shot at getting our hands on Packmaster Shayak if you do not have Packmaster Shayak. There is also an equally fair chance that Plarium make it a lot more difficult to get your hands on Packmaster Shayak after this event calendar with something like, oh, win this champion chase tournament, you know? Which would be really, really bad, and I hope that they don't do that because, you know, it's a really, really nasty way to give away a legendary, and yeah. But that is the last warning that I leave you guys with, is just keep an eye out for any souls, any big red rocks that you can get your hands on during any of these fragment events. Grab them. Just grab them, because the 2x is likely coming up, and Packmaster could be on the cards in an upcoming tournament or Deck of Fate or something like that, man. Which is a complete guess, but I'm just going to go for it. Okay, I'm just going to go for it. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy. Let me know if you guys are going for this fusion. Let me know if you guys are going to be pushing for this. Interestingly, there's a bunch of you guys who responded to the poll that went up on the channel recently, saying that you're going for this fusion anyway, even though you don't have Packmaster Shayak. I guess just trusting in the chance that there's going to be an opportunity to grab Packmaster in the coming weeks. And so let me know down below if you are one of those guys as well. Thanks for stopping by. If you're looking to start off a new raid account, man, the best way possible, go ahead and use the beginner promo link that is down below at the top of the video description box, man, to create that new raid account for the best start imaginable, man. My God, I gotta go and get some breakfast and rest my voice. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck with the fusion. I'm gonna catch all of you guys just a tad bit later.